Hey everybody, welcome again to another episode of Don Talk. We back here with Don Dar'Ron, the co-host, and then we got our special guest Tim returning for another conversation. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Well, you know what? That's the socially acceptable answer. We can get
Yeah.
into the actual real
Yeah.
answers later on. But
No, you
Right.
gotta
right
tell us
now,
what
saying
you
you
gotta tell us
brothers,
how
I'm
you
doing good.
doing. No, what does the good mean?
What does good mean? Good means that I have another opportunity to be a better father, a better professional, a better friend, a better brother. I still have that opportunity. So when I say I'm doing good, that means I'm alive and I have another chance.
There you go. I love that. I guess I'm doing good too then.
Yeah. So I look at it a different way. Like when someone asks me, "How are you?" I always say, "I'm well."
Hmm.
Um, I'm well, and for me, that's kind of finite. I'm well, right? In terms of I'm okay physically, emotionally right now at this moment, but I can't guarantee the next moment. So as of this moment, I'm well.
You know, I guess I'm well and good too, but been going through it the past week or so, but hey, you know, lost my job last Friday, so I'm officially on the hunt of finding a new one. But when it's all said and done, I'm blessed to be alive and kicking and have an
Hmm.
opportunity to chase after what I want instead of doing what's necessary. So I look at it like that. So it's a good transition time and period for me, and I'm up for the challenge to figure out and concentrate on what I want to do, not necessarily what I have to do. So there we go.
Yeah. Mm, that sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Anybody sip on anything? I got tea today.
No,
I got
I'm
more
just eating
tea.
some dots.
I got a glass of water with and a glass that my mother-in-law gave me. It says Super Dad on it.
All right. There we go.
I was like, I don't think I earned that cake yet. I'm still working on that. You know what I'm saying? Funny thing is my neighbor, uh, brother's 71 years old. I go over there on Thursdays. We probably have some like a glass of wine. That's my Thursday guy, right?
Mhm.
And he called me Super Dad. Hey, Super Dad. What's going on,
Mhm.
Super Dad?
Mhm.
And like I appreciate him, man, because he doesn't know how much that means, even when I don't feel like a super dad. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So man, I appreciate that brother. He's always there, with you need that wise counsel, right? And
Oh,
he gives it to me. So I appreciate that.
That's awesome. That's what's up. And that's good. That's on the topic of what we're trying to continue to talk about. This is part 2 of Brothers Not Rivals. It's definitely a long conversation. So we're gonna dive right in. I'm gonna start off with a question, just to kind of get us thinking. And is
okay.
what happens when men don't have emotionally healthy male friends? Have you ever thought about that? Like, Deron, you probably have, but that's the question. That's the
Yeah.
question. What happens when men don't have emotionally healthy male friendships? Who wants to jump in?
Um, well, and again, I noticed this is a podcast and anybody can view it, but I usually see the other end of the spectrum, and I've never really thought about it. Like women who got emotionally unhealthy friendships. We see that again. It just in my life, in my experience, we tend to see that a lot more. Um, I haven't really thought about that, and I would say, fortunately, I think most of my male friends are pretty emotionally healthy, so I
So,
don't really
so
think about it.
here's I guess we just back up. What does emotionally healthy mean to you? Let's start there.
Yeah. I think you know it's almost like the term. What is it? I don't want to say status quo. I'm missing the right word, but like when you say, uh, I would say that like-minded individuals with similar mindsets, similar maybe experiences, habits, beliefs, and values, and we tend to commune together. And for me, that would be healthy for me, but that may not be healthy for someone else. But that's what I tend to gravitate towards.
And see, Tim, I interpreted that as characteristics of a healthy friendship, not
Mhm.
a emotionally healthy friendship.
Hmm.
Do you see the difference?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, that means that I got to dig a little deeper on that one. So I would say there's a like, and again, take me and you, right? I would say that, we support each other emotionally, right? And I think that we're at the point where we can talk and have difficult conversations. We can disagree with each other and still be friends. We can be vulnerable around each other, and one not take advantage or clown the other person. And so, from the emotional standpoint, those are some of the things that I think that a lot of my friends have those characteristics, and I think that would be emotionally healthy, where I feel like I can talk to, not be judged, and also, be vulnerable.
You know, while you was talking, brother Tim, man, I was thinking, I was like, emotionally healthy. I was trying to come up with, you know, a response. I'm just thinking, and one of the first thoughts that came to mind is the barbershop, right?
Mhm.
Remember the barbershop? I
Mhm.
mean, the barbershop. I grew up in LA, right? So you walk in and they start. I mean, if they see something to clown you about, they're gonna do it,
Yeah,
right? And it's gonna get heavy, and there are people who will get mad and just
yeah,
pissed off, just everything. But rarely does anybody leave angry. You get what I'm saying? It's like you
yeah,
can say
yeah,
what you gotta say, and
yeah,
it's just part of the culture, it's just part of the
yeah,
game, and you can see people getting angry. You can see that,
yeah,
right? And that's okay, right? It's okay to show those emotions. We joke a little about it, but we all know when it's time to back off.
right, right,
Right. So I thought about the barbershop when I think about emotionally healthy,
yeah,
right? And also, having someone that you can, like you said, you can just open up to without feeling as if you have to be on,
yeah,
right? As you have to watch what you say, not being disrespectful, right? But just, you don't want to have to watch what you say because well, let me back up. Let me back up. All right. Respect, right? So you have to be respectful. You just don't have to you don't feel that, you have to protect that person from something,
mhm,
or you protect yourself from something. Like I tell everybody all the time, I'm a therapist from 9 to 5. From 6, from 5:01 until I'm a person who make all types of mistakes and do just foolish things at time as well.
mhm,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So even being a therapist, I still have my moments where, I feel guarded and I'm not, expressing myself. Right. But being around, like I said, people like Mike, like I said, we grew up together. So even if we lie, we can still see like, man, all right, you know, let me
mhm,
back up. So I think, being, you said, what does it look like? Uh, it looks like family. Right, that's what so being around that person that make like, you kinda feel like it's family, like, you can share something that that person not gonna go back and talk behind your back and not, talk to you anymore, and you don't even know why.
Yeah, I feel that. I have good emotionally friendships with both of y'all. Shoot, Dar'Ron, I cried on the phone with Dar'Ron last week. So, you know,
Don't cry on
uh,
the phone with me because I'm gonna clown you. Now let me stop. Let me stop.
and then I know, like, even like you said, Tim, me and you got, like, when we was in Vegas, we did have some deep conversations on some
Yeah,
stuff. Like, so being able
yeah,
to be able to express yourself emotionally on what's going on inside, what's going on internally, and not have that person judge you or mistreat you because you did so. I think that's what it means to like have that emotionally. good friendships. Now, can you tell when there's a group of people that don't have that?
I'm glad you said that, because Mike, and I may have said this to you or Bobby, and I've said this to some of my friends, like when I've gotten around some guys that I know, let's say my wife's friend's husband or something like that, and I'm with my boys, I'd be like, yo, oh boy, he's part of the uninitiated.
Yeah, you
And
said
that
that
means right
to
there,
you said that to us
bro,
in Vegas.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's part of the uninitiated. So he doesn't get the same level of trust and open and honesty as, let's say, me and Mike do. You know what I'm saying? Because I cannot co-sign that. And I'm one who I let people know that up front, because I don't want stuff to get weird. But yeah, definitely, I, if I know that someone is not part of my circle or whatever, and someone else that from my circle is in, I'm like, listen, that's not part of the circle.
Yeah, you
But
asked
even
that
with
for the
would you
homie
agree,
that
Tim, that
was.
even within your circle, there are levels to the individuals within that circle?
I'm gonna say for me,
Hmm.
no,
So you can
I
talk to
don't.
Mike the same way you'll talk to the.
Every single dude in my circle,
Hmm.
they is the same way, and that's why. And a lot of my friends, and I've said this before, like I cherish my friendships. You know, I don't have to talk to everybody every day, but we know where we stand. And like all of my guy friends and my female friends, they're trusted. You know, I don't put myself around people who I don't have that. But if you also look at my friends, if you include Mike, you include Bobby, all of my friends that I'm around on a regular basis and talk to, 11 to 30, no, 11 to 40 years. And I'm saying those 11 years or 12 years, those are new people. I don't take on new friends because I got enough friends and my circle is tight. I'm good. And that's why I came up with that term uninitiated, because I'm not accepting any more applications. I'm good. For real. So
Yeah, because
yeah, I'm not around.
there's a vetting process, right? You gotta be like,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I am very serious about that.
What's the
Um,
red flag for you?
um, uh, again, this is just me. It might sound bad. A red flag for me if I ain't known you more than 5, 6 years.
Hmm.
I just don't. If you look who I hang around with, and Mike may know some of the people, or actually he know a lot of them. I don't hang around with people I haven't known for uh, like decades, man. Like I just don't. I have a lot of friends, but they're all old. Like they're old friends. I just don't go and hang around people that I don't know. I don't. So yeah, the red flag is if I didn't already know you, I will not become friends with you. I'm sorry.
But you in a situation where would you move to Atlanta? Did you know people in Atlanta?
No. And so um the last friends that I became friends with is Stuart, Neil, Stefan, and Randy. And Bryce is 14. So that means that um I've known them for 12 years.
So it's situational. If you're in a city, if you move to a new city where you don't know nobody, you're
I,
open to make new
no.
friends.
At this point, no. What I'm saying is that was this was it. Atlanta's the final time. Like I really don't want any more friends. I really don't. Like I have enough, and that might be arrogant or selfish to say, but like if I move to a different city, I won't have friends. I'll have associates. I'll have people I might hang out with, but I'm not like, you know, I mean, uh my grandmama asked about you, Mike. They remember when I used to babysit Taylor. They know who my cousins. They know Bobby. Um, all of my friends outside of you and maybe four of them have been to my house, my parents' house, met my brothers, my family. Everybody knows everybody. And that's how close I am with my friends. Um, I'm not doing that no more. I just don't
Hey,
want to let
hey,
nobody else know.
Tim, what brought you to this point?
Um, because I think that as a friend, you owe a responsibility to your friends. And I'm to the point where I just don't have the bandwidth to be a good friend to any more people, if that makes sense.
That makes absolute sense, man. It makes complete sense.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
And
energy.
it's it,
It's just
that
a lot
that's
of
it.
energy. It's a lot of
Yeah.
energy. Yeah. It's like, I mean, just the thought, like, man, should I tell this person this? Should I do this? As a matter of fact, this is just my associate. I can keep it here. I can keep it professional. I'm good. I know exactly what you mean. You know, a lot of gentlemen that I speak to, um, one of the questions that I ask when I'm doing my assessments is, who do you count on and who counts on you? And this is where I really find out, the support system of that particular individual that I'm interviewing, right? And you'd be surprised, or you might not be, on how many men just like that's the emotional part, right? Because they realize at this point, when they come to me anyway, at this point, they don't feel like they have anybody to depend on. They don't feel like, but they do feel like everyone depends on them, right? It's almost like they're carrying the weight of, they feel that they're carrying the weight of everyone, and no one would carry the weight for them, not even for like a second.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
I say brothers start to to cry and to become emotional, and they need that sometimes. Because after that, you feel a little bit better. It's a little bit of weight off. I'm not saying everything is good, but a little bit of weight off. Just when Tim said, you just don't feel like doing it anymore. Well, you didn't say it like that, but when you explain, your reasons why, I definitely understand it. I have a like different perspective, right? Because we don't know who we might meet. You know what I'm saying? I think all of us have that in common. We move from state to state to state to state to state, and we have to constantly make new family. You
Yeah.
see what I did? I did there, right?
Yeah.
Because when we're
Yeah.
moving from another state, I mean, we have friends everywhere, but when we're in that state, that's our family, and we're not gonna just let anybody in, and it takes years. So I definitely see your perspective, Tim. Definitely, man.
So let's talk
What
about
one
what
oh,
like
go ahead, Mike.
examples of both the type of friendships and brotherhoods y'all talking about, so we can all get an understanding and clarity on like what healthiness looks like, right? Because I think that's what a lot of men don't know and don't understand. Because my father grew up in the Jim Crow South, so like he knew how to survive, and so he taught his kids how to survive. Was that the emotionally correct way? I don't know, but so we'll start with you, Dar'Ron. What does like brotherhood, good friendship look like? And let's bring in the emotional aspects of that.
Okay, brotherhood, good friendships. Um, that takes more than just a quick thought, right? So it's like I have to come up with something in my mind because I just can't be like, oh, it takes this, because it's something that you really got to consider. So Tim, if you have something quicker, you can definitely jump in. But this is something that I really got to think about, right?
Yeah.
You know,
I can hit a little bit of it just because it's something that has constantly, you know, been around, in my head for a long time, because I've had to like not be friends with people. And for me, it starts with, how you are as a person, and I judge you, right? Like, again, it sounds bad, but I judge you like, okay, how does this person speak? What do they do in public? How are they around other people? And that's kind of like my first thing, like social cues, looking at mannerisms. And then, it takes me about 3 to 5 years to give someone like my phone number and be like, hey, let's hang out. And I'll give you an example of that. My When I first met Stefan, I might have saw Stefan about 10, 20 times over the course of 3 to 5 years before I even gave him my phone number, before we even hung out. Same thing with one of the other guys. I saw him in the gym all the time, and we hung out at the gym, but we didn't immediately like, oh, let's go grab beers, because I don't do that, or let's go get something to eat. I don't do that. Um, and so I would say, like, I'm looking for those where we're like minded. I'm looking for those social cues. Like, all right, are they like me? And then, I dig a little deeper as I get to know them. Like, okay, are they the Antichrist? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, is there some type of religion back there? Do they believe in family? So I'm vetting them almost like a girlfriend or boyfriend does. And I know that sounds bad, pause, right? Um, but yeah, I vet them. Like, I go through that whole process from the intro to, okay, how we act when we go out, or if we're around each other, and in social norms, and then family, religion, all that. That's my process.
So
So that's
now,
where
Tim, oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, Tim, I don't really care for you, man, because you said pause. And that's an example. No, let me tell you why I said that. That's an example of, oh, he cool, or nah, I'm good. I don't want to deal with him. Just for that one statement that someone made, right? That one statement that you just made can really throw you off that person. And
Yeah.
that's
Oh yeah.
unfortunate,
Yeah.
right? So just to add to what you were saying, like, I look for, for me, I look for someone, like, as far as friendship, that I know I can be upfront and straight up with, because I'm a straight up person. You know what I'm saying? I have a friend right now, and I didn't think that we would be cool, but man, it's like a cool dude, right? And why did I think he would be cool? Because our politics are different. You know what I'm saying? But when he started to talk and I start to respond, I like the way he responded to my response, if that makes sense, right? He didn't get offended. I can kind of just say what I need to say. He don't kind of look at you a certain way. I say, you know what? This can be a really close friend of mine. Right? Because I respect what he say, even though I may not like it. Imma listen to him, and the same goes for me. It doesn't seem like he's the type of, individual, and we have a lot of individuals like that. Just because you said pause, I'm not gonna deal with
Which
you
is a
with it.
joke. I usually don't.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
I
the
know
pause
that.
guy. Yeah.
I know that. I know that. I was just but
Yeah,
just
I know, right?
if you could just be straight up with somebody, right? Just when I say straight up, I mean whatever. If you can be you, if I can say, if I can make a mistake and you can correct me on that mistake, right? Not just let me make a mistake and you sit there and clown me in your head, right? Just kind of, if I'm that's what I look for. I look for mutual respect.
Yeah. Tim, do you find that yourself like I can interpret you being closed off to new friends as also being closed off to helping people.
Quite
Like
the opposite.
Right.
say
Yeah.
you was at the cigar lounge chilling and you saw somebody that you just got the sense of like he needs somebody to talk to, but I don't want no new friends, but maybe he needs a friend. What do you do in that situation?
No, I'm gonna definitely do that. Like, for me, I'm a people person. I'm a helper. But, and if I see somebody in need, I don't care what it is. I'm the guy, well, not no more because I'm getting older, but I'm the guy that you call when you need help with moving or whatever. But to answer your question quickly, oh no, I'm going to talk to that person, whatever. But, it might be like, yo, you're a cool dude. I'll catch you next time we in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just wouldn't go further. But I'm not going to not help someone who I think needs help. You know what I mean? Like, because you could tell sometimes where someone needs somebody to talk to. They sitting there by themselves, like looking down and their glass and all, and I'm like, ew, you all right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I
I'm not
wonder.
closed off to that.
I wonder if that's why I'm struggling to make friends out here, because everybody's at that age where I got enough friends. I don't need any more. So, because I think I've made, I made one good friend literally in the past 2 months, to where we've been hanging out a lot. Literally in the past 2 months, met him at the cigar lounge. And that's 10 months after being here, where I finally exchanged numbers with somebody because it was cool, and we start kicking it. And now every time we go to a cigar lounge, he's like, "You coming?" And we just have good conversation. Married, he's freshly engaged, good, got his good head on his shoulders. He's younger too. He's in his 30s. So it's like freshly engaged, got a fiance is dope, like cool couple, cool people. But that's 10 months in where I finally got to that point. So I wonder, hearing it come from you, I wonder if that's how a lot of people our age are. It's just like, I got enough friends. Like, I ain't got the capacity for anymore. They'll be cool and socialize and kick it, but welcoming into your circle to where you feel like a friend in the city that I'm new to and don't know anybody out here, it's tough.
Hmm.
Do
When
you
you
have
were,
well,
I was gonna say, when you were at Purdue, right? It was easy, right? Because you were around other athletes,
are you talking to
right?
me
I
or are you
went
talking to
to
Mike?
To
undergrad,
Mike,
grads.
Oh, Mike.
I went to
right.
undergrad there, grad school. I was there for a
So
while.
that's why it was easier for you, right? But as an independent, right? Because now you're adult, professional, doing your own thing. It takes a while for men to trust other men. That's where it kind of comes down to. Like, do I
That's
trust
it.
this person?
That's it. That's it. That's it.
And a haircut can make you not trust somebody. The way you blink may not, just anything. And you probably don't even mean to do it. It just kind of happens.
But I'll say this and I'll add this, and Mike, you can attest to this. You know how I am. I don't care where I'm at. I'm gonna talk to somebody. I'm gonna sit down. I will go holler. I'm a savage, right? It doesn't. But I'm in sales too, so that's my business. So I'm not shy. I will talk in front of a crowd. I will talk, to a random person at the bar, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. And so that's what I'm saying. And so if you could, I've been like that for 30 years, 40 years probably. And so if you can imagine, and I will say that I'm blessed. I have a lot of friends, real friends. And when I say I don't have the bandwidth, I literally don't have the bandwidth.
Yeah.
Literally.
You do got a lot of friends, a whole
Yeah.
lot.
And I'm talking about friends that, like I said, been to almost all of my friends in my life have been to my parents' house, been to the cookouts. I've had my friends
Almost.
in group gatherings. Like we travel together, like the whole deal. I don't have the bandwidth, and I'm blessed that I have who I have. But I think that's a testament of what we talked about earlier. I try to be a good friend as well, and I take it
Yeah,
seriously.
I hear that. So when you talk about like one of the core, I believe one of the core characteristics of a good friend is holding each other accountable, right? So can you hold a friend accountable without being disrespectful?
I've had
Or
to do it.
does it come with disrespect?
No, you gotta. I think you and I've had this conversation, and a lot of my friends that we talk to, if I can't hold you account, if I can't say, man, you was wrong, and you not get upset, I mean, and you get upset at me for saying that, we ain't friends. That's not how that works. You know what I mean? Like Dar'Ron said, it's a brotherhood. It's a family. You're going to argue with your family. You're going to have disagreements. But how you work through those and how that relationship stands, that's the testament of family or friends. And that's why a lot of my friends been here a long time. You know, I've had to tell a couple of people you was wrong before, and people have had to tell me.
You
Anything
know,
to add,
and
Dar'Ron?
like I said, things like every time Tim, man, you kind of put some stuff in my head, man, like some type of energy, man. I appreciate it because like all these thoughts, every time you say something, like, "Oh, I want to take that. Oh, I want to take that." Right,
Hey,
but
but you can't be friends for him though, so stop it.
Oh, come you,
wait, hey, I'm gonna go to his Facebook and be like, "That's my friend," right? I'm just kind of pressing the friend button. Yep, we friends. Nah, what else? So like I'm the opposite, man. I like having a lot of friends, which is probably why I don't have. You get what I'm saying? And I'm the honesty guy, but I didn't know this until I got older. When I was honest with people, that was a sign of me showing them respect, right? I wasn't disrespectful, but I just kind of I would tell them things, and I've learned that that wasn't the right way to go. So through my and I'll share this through my high school years, never had one. As far as in school. In church, but that was kind of different. But even with the Dons, right? I was Mike, Sean, y'all was like brothers. It's a different. That's why I say they're different levels, right? Because Sean was right next to you. We still was friends, but like that was different. Even with DJ and his friends, like he was with the musicians and all that. DJ is my brother, right? So I was like always kind of on my own, doing my own thing, right? And never really understood why. Like, I wanted to be cool with everybody. I was nice, and maybe that's why I was. Oh, you was just trying too hard. Like, can you try too hard to be somebody's friend? As a kid, anyway. I get adult. I understand this now. But, growing up, didn't have not one, right? As far as I have brothers. Don't get it wrong, Mike. We were brothers, but like in school, no. In college, that's when I started to understand friendships, outside of
interesting.
the people that I grew up with. Cause we're
Hmm.
automatically brothers just because we was just growing up together. It's almost like we didn't have a choice. That's just
Right.
what it was, right? But while I was in college, man, it was like, oh, this is how it's supposed to go. There are rules to this thing. Right? There are rules to keeping friendships. I didn't know the rules. So please enlighten me. What are some of the rules to to keeping a friendship?
Don't lie to me.
Well, that's just what's the word? Like that's just showing respect. I mean, don't lie to
Yeah,
me
But
whether you my friend or not.
yeah.
everybody
Whether you
don't
my
respect
friend or
you.
not, don't lie to me, right? That's just,
But
just a
people
respect
lie
thing.
every day. They lie every
Yeah,
People
day,
lie every day.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
to make themselves look good, make themselves look better. And I guess this would be a whole nother topic, but is the omission of the truth a lie? So
I
that could
tend
be
to
a whole
meet
nother
people where
topic.
they are a lot, and usually I have to meet people in their lie, especially during the session. I got if you
Mhm.
lying to me, I'm not trying to figure out if you're lying to me. I'm gonna meet you exactly where you are, and if I meet you in a lie, then me or you, we gonna ride that lie out. Do you know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
So
But
yeah, what are the rules? I don't know. Like I never thought about this like specifically. So what?
that's you gonna block that out. That's
Uh,
like
nah,
what
Yeah,
are the
I'm gonna
rules?
pause. I'm gonna put a counter up, with some music in
yeah.
the background.
It's definitely interesting because the amount of friends that I have. I've never really thought about the rules of engagement, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
but it's almost like bro code. If we're on the surface level of it, like, don't violate me in a way, whether it's lying, whether it's you trying to step on me to get higher, whether it's you excessively clowning me, whether it's you taking
Mm,
conversations that we talked about and making them public when you know that that was between me and you. To me, those are the rules, and
mhm.
I don't, and like I said, I've never had to deal with that. I've only had to deal with one person in my life that acted like a bad friend and almost lost my friendship. And
Mm.
it was a come to Jesus moment. I'll tell you.
You
I
know,
think I had, when you said bro code, mind you, I didn't really know the bro code because I didn't know until I got to college and until I engaged in just some things that I probably wasn't supposed to be engaged in. And I was like, I thought that was a part of being a man because that's where most of us learn how to be men when we left home, right? So but I didn't know the bro code thing. And I mean, to this day, it still hit me. I'm like, dang, I probably shouldn't have did that. But I didn't know. I knew something wasn't right, but I thought that was the old me coming in, like the nice me, oh, because you can't be too nice anymore, right? You couldn't, that nice thing is just, you can't be too nice. So I think there are times that I did break the bro code unknowingly though. And that did kind of mess up some of my friendships that I had. Probably, but no one ever tells me. But you after a while, you kind of sense it. Like, okay, that's probably what they upset with. Still, right?
oh,
But I live now and
yeah,
learn, you know. And just gonna continue to try to do my best to be, good friends and to like I mean I think having friends are cool, man. Having that circle that you got, Tim, I think that's real cool and real important, especially to our mental health,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because we have certain friends for certain things,
yeah, yeah,
right? I
yeah.
said the other day on one of my videos, I said, "Who can you call at 3 in the morning
I
when you
got a
just
list.
can't sleep?" Right, right.
I got a list.
when you when you just can't sleep, or or you just kind of going through something and you don't want to put that on your wife or on your on your spouse, on your partner, right? And those friends are the ones that, like I said, that you've known for 5, 10 plus years.
uh, is there a purpose in friendships? Like, have do you see me and see that there's a purpose that I have to serve in Michael's life, or is that only few and far between in your friendships, or should friendship groups have a purpose in general?
You ask it.
And it open.
It's open. Yeah.
Oh, you can go
The
ahead.
bald headed person go
Purpose.
first.
I think for me personally, maybe just because this is like I am a helper and I get energy from just helping people. I'll use you for an example. When I have a thought like, oh man, Mike, soon as Mike pop into my head, I gotta call you. I have to, or I gotta send you a text or something. And I think my purpose is for you or for any of my friends to pray for you guys to make sure that you guys have, that you guys stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? That I'm there for you if you need it at the time, right? And if I have it, you have it. So yeah, I truly believe that there's a purpose, for, friendships, definitely.
I agree. Um, I don't define a purpose, but I'm a firm believer in people place certain people in your life because and again, Mike, you're the conductor here, universal conduit between the two of us or the three of us here. And me and Mike weren't friends. Like, and Mike is older than me. And I'm a football player. I was a football player at Purdue, and he's a track player. Usually, they don't get along. They cool. Some of them are cool, but
See,
they
I
didn't
wouldn't know that.
really, yeah, they weren't on the same wavelength. And what happened is me and Mike had a class together. And, it was one of his last classes. It was like, my sophomore year or whatever it was.
That was an organizational leadership class, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That OLS class. That where we had to make the video with old girl from Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So outside of, if we never had that class, me and Mike would not be friends. You know what I mean? And so, and here we are again. That was what, 95? No, I'm not 95. That was like 99, bro.
I
It was
know.
like
Yeah.
99. So that was like 27 years ago.
Was that a moment? Because I noticed that Mike began to laugh when you talked about a video, like whatever that video moment was, right? Right? So I don't know. I don't know.
Man.
It's almost like that in that moment, maybe like, okay, yeah, this dude is.
Yeah. I think it was before that, because we got cool before that, and then we came up with the idea and who was in the video. That's the funny thing. That was
I don't know. I think that's something else. I'm probably like, we ain't gonna go with the video, but that
Yeah.
video, that's the second time.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's like when you at Purdue at that time, I think it was less than 1% black people at that time. So number one,
Yep.
there's a black person in class. And I can remember if you had on football stuff or I knew you played football or not, but or I automatically like, oh, he's an athlete. I'm gonna connect with him. But like when you see another black person you got a class with that's not in engineering, you like, hey,
Yeah.
it's a to me it's like one of those things that you automatically try to gravitate to, especially in a place like Purdue.
Yeah.
I remember that outside of the dorms doing the filming with Tiffany. Tiffany was her name.
Yep. Tiffany. Yeah. We was outside of Wiley Hall.
Yep.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good old days. Good old days. But to answer that myself, I do believe that too. I think I don't know why, but I always believe that we're there to serve a purpose. We may not know the purpose, but it may just be for you to be your natural self around that individual. So they, because you may inspire them one way or another. But I believe that there is a purpose in every connection that we have.
And I'm gonna add to that too. It's like, and you touched on it earlier. Trust, right? I don't gotta. It's easy. I don't have to worry about Mike. I don't got to worry about him stabbing me in the back. I ain't got to worry about a lot of things with him, and that makes it easy. And again, that's a big component for me. You know what I'm saying? So he's part of the initiated.
Yeah, initiated. So with that, like it was one of the things that this quote Kobe Bryant said is that the most important thing is the most important thing is to try and inspire people so they can be great in whatever they want to do, which is part of why I feel like we are in certain groups and certain friendships to inspire greatness in one another. So the most important thing is to try and inspire people so they can be great in whatever they want to do. So I feel like, especially if you have like a strong core group of folks, like something's bonding y'all together, but that bond is there for a reason, but it's also there for a greater purpose at some point in time also, thoughts on that?
Yeah, we're all here for each other, man. That's just the overall thing. Like, and it's just some people who gravitate towards others faster, or they kind of stay connected, right? But like Tim was saying, he has those close friends, but he's still willing to help. You know what I mean? So you can have people as close as you want to, but if you can help somebody, do it. You don't have to be their friend. You don't have to kind of carry their weight, right? And it kind of comes down to that. Are you willing to carry this person weight when they need to at times? And if you're not willing to do it, then like Tim said, I don't have the bandwidth no more. I carried enough. I pledged enough friends. My fraternity is full. I'm good. but I'm still willing to help people, in time of need. So definitely get that, man.
Well, okay, I hear that. Here's the next question. We'll end with this last question. Why do you think certain men, they may not be a full friend or they may be a friend, why you think they disappear when they see you level up, like in a level above them, whether it's career wise, professionally, whatever? Do you see that? Have you experienced that? And why is that?
I'm sorry, Dar'Ron, you have to take that. I have never experienced it.
But I have, I have. But no, I would say this, man, because like I said, I have a lot of friends who have leveled up, like big time leveled up, right? And at times, like I didn't lead, but they did. So most likely it may have something to do with me or maybe not, right? Most likely it may have to do with what their experience at the time in their lives when they're leveling up, right? Because we all know when you level up, you don't mean to cut anybody off. It's just you got so much going on that maybe you forget, right? Maybe maybe you just don't want to talk to that person, right? But the thing is that the same friends that had leveled up, when I'm there in front of them, we still cool, like Tim, like I can still be cool, we can still be straight, but other than that, there is no, hey man, I'll just hit you up to see what's up type stuff, right? So, but I don't, maybe I did leave people, when I leveled up a little bit, right? And sometimes you just don't know. Like you'll go to your phone, like, who is this? Oh man, I forgot about this person. Right? Hey, I guarantee y'all, go through y'all phone. And Tim, you said you have a nice small group of friends, right? So
Large group.
a large,
Large
okay,
group. Yeah.
All
okay, you
right.
have a large group of friends. So have you ever went through your phone and was just like, who is this person? Like, oh, it's been a minute since I talked to them. You didn't mean to leave them behind. It's just that's just the way life went. Well, let me know.
So one of the best compliments, and I think I told you this, Mike, when we were in Vegas. One of the best compliments I got was from one of my friends, Tyron. He was like, you know, he said, the one thing about you is, and that inspires me and is amazing about you, is how you manage your network of friends. Now, for me, I that list of friends, like I go through it every now and again. I'm constantly doing this. And this is what I mean with bandwidth. So I'm constantly doing this. Now, Mike, Janelle wished me happy Father's Day yesterday. I talked to Janelle. The last time I talked to Janelle was probably 2 months ago. But when I was in Chicago, I was with Janelle for 3 days. She hung out when Philanda ran the marathon. I was at the house. We had dinner together, the whole deal. And so I'm the person, I don't have like random numbers in my phone unless, like the work stuff
Yeah,
or
yeah.
associates. But like my friend group, like I'm going through that list. I'm constantly going through it. So I'm gonna come around. Like there's been times when me and Mike ain't talked for like maybe a month or 2 months. And he would tell you, just like I would tell you, we're close. We're
Mm-hmm.
close.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just it's just a cycle with me. So for me personally, I don't like look at my phone and be like, oh man, I ain't talked to that person in 2 years, or it's been,
Oh,
ages, or
yeah,
who is that? Yeah.
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 And I realized, I think I made the same comment about that, but I'm I feel like I don't do that enough, which I should do. Like just be more conscious about making the effort to stay connected with people.
It's
I don't
hard.
think I do that enough. Yeah, it is hard.
It's hard.
Very
Yeah.
hard. Very hard.
And I'm intentional about it. But and again, uh maybe one day I'll show you that list, Ron. You'll be amazed. And these are like solid, like if I was broke, I could sleep on a couch type stuff. It's very hard, but I'm intentional. Why is my wife staring at me? What?
Because she know you lying. That's why.
I did something wrong.
She over there said, that nigga lying.
Yeah. You know your wife's gonna point out when you did something wrong.
That's how you do. Hey,
Nah, but that's how you know you got a good one.
Yeah. Lord have mercy.
But with that said,
oh
I
man,
think I'll say this, and you guys could jump in after me. I think Tim is real good at it, and I know I'm inspired to do more myself. It's like I know I have a lot of what people I consider friends I haven't talked to in a while, but I pick up the phone. It's like we haven't stopped talking.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
think I know I need to do a better effort of reaching out to people on a more consistent basis. Because you never know how much time you got left, and you never know what that contact will make, what that interaction could have an effect on that individual or
hmm
on yourself. So I definitely got to do that more. So I'm gonna try to, you know, you know, Tim's iron sharpening iron and helping me, make that effort to reach out to those friends for sure. So any last words for anybody else?
Good conversation. I always enjoy the
That's it.
conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything, Tim, on your end?
No, like I said, I always enjoy the conversation. I think it's always good to, be able to express and talk about stuff that you normally wouldn't talk about or be open to talk about in your day to day, because sometimes you're too busy and sometimes you just don't. So yeah,
Yeah,
always
we got to keep
positive.
it going. We got to reach out to one another for sure.
But I would say keep on like supporting your friendships, man. Tim, man, I strive to be like you, to have that strong circle, and that's no joke. That's no joke aside. I mean, that's all jokes aside, right?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Because I
appreciate that.
know, I know the importance of friendships and supports. So I'm gonna continue to do what I need to do to like follow up with my friends, whether the people that's in my phone, I'm like, oh, who are these? Um, and just be more consistent with just getting in touch with them, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Especially
Thank y'all.
when
Yeah.
somebody comes on your mind, that's when I appreciate Dar'Ron reaching out when he did, when I came across his mind, because it was much needed. So when somebody comes across your mind, definitely reach out to them for sure.
Yeah.
And with that
Agreed.
said, appreciate everybody. Until next time, like and subscribe if you like the convo.
Yes, sir.